Please stand for the arrival of the official party and playing the national anthem. Group and hunt. At ease. Please be seated. I would like to welcome everyone and personally thank you in supporting these airmen as they enter the next challenging phase of their career. Please feel free to come forward and take photos at any time during today's ceremony. We would now like to have our students introduce their guests.
So my mom and dad both from Lincoln, Nebraska. It'll be great. Welcome.
Graduates, from the staff and the Payments Equipment Course, we would like to be the first to commend you on achieving your goals and arriving at this momentous occasion. This Apprentice course is 54 academic days of instruction and is divided into 3 individual courses. The initial Air Force entry course is 40 days with major blocks of training in dump truck, front-end loader, combat track loader, backhoe, asphalt, concrete, pavement, and wartime contingency operations. The inter-service course is 5 days with major block of training in greater operations. The final Air Force 3 skill level awarding course is 9 days with major block of training in multi-purpose sweep operations, water truck, fencing, and material handling. Apprentice course students receive 18 CCF credits upon graduation for an Associate of Applied Science in Construction Technology. Today, these airmen will not only graduate, but they earn the right to wear the Civil Engineering Occupational Badge. The basic badge is awarded upon successful completion of technical training. At this time, Airman Class Leader, Airman First Class Leffler, will recite the badges for all the significance.
Compass has been used historically to represent engineering profession, both the military and the private sector. The gear represents the essence of engineering, applying scientific principles and technology to practical ends. The gear symbolizes an element representing the built environment that meshes with weapon systems and trained personnel to enable the Air Force to perform its mission. The compass is a precision tool, historically used by all engineers in designing and constructing facilities and equipment. The gear and compass together symbolize all the diverse specialties within the Air Force civil engineers. Finally, the wings help to portray the fundamental linkage between the engineering components and that the built environment provided by Air Force civil engineers is a foundation supporting the Air Force missions and people.
Thank you, Airman First Class Leffler. The time has come to officially welcome you to our family. We will now proceed with the presentation of diplomas. Class 21031, prepare to graduate.
Hope.
Airman First Class Jesse Bradby, 203rd Red Horse Squadron, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Air First Class Lorenz Estabilio, 254th Red Horse Squadron, Anderson Air Force Base, Guam. Air First Class Benjamin Garcia, 555th Red Horse Squadron, Nellis Air Force Base, Nevada. Air First Class Desiree Leffler, 201st Red Horse Squadron, Fort Indiantown Gap, Pennsylvania. Air First Class Demetric McGrew, 4th Civil Engineering Squadron, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, North Carolina. Air First Class Matthew Savares, 254th Red Horse Squadron, Anderson Air Force Base, Guam. Air First Class Logan Smith, 101st Air Refueling Wing, Bangor, Maine. Airman Basic Justin Vanderslice, 155th Air Refueling Wing, Lincoln, Nebraska. Airman Basic Tyler Heckers, 28th Civil Engineering Squadron, Ellsworth Air Force Base, South Dakota. Air Basic Brandon Heisig, 36th Civil Engineering Squadron, Anderson Air Force Base, Guam. Airman Basic Jaden Tucker, 97th Civil Engineering Squadron, Altus Air Force Base, Oklahoma. Let's give a round of applause for our newest Dirtboy. Please be seated. Next, we would like to recognize 2 individuals who not only earned the civil engineering badge by graduating, but additionally earned the right to wear its next higher rank. When I call your name, please stand to be recognized. Being promoted to the rank of Airman First Class, Airman Basic Peckers, and Airman Basic High Safe. Now I'll turn the floor over to our commander, Lieutenant Colonel Bronco, for words of inspiration.
Thank you, Sergeant Schultz. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So those of you that can join us in person, it means an enormous amount to us that you can be here for your airmen. And those of you that are going to be watching when we put this on Facebook, thank you to you all. Thank you to every single one of you. Because each one of these airmen, it hasn't been easy these last many months. From basic military training to here at Fort Leonard Wood, where they went through 74 academic days of training, just like Sergeant Schultz told you. So thank you. Thank you to you all for the awesome support that you have provided our airmen through this journey. There's another group of people in the room. There's a few in the back, there's a few sitting down, there's one up here as our Master of Ceremonies, and it's the instructors. Now all of you sitting over here, I bet you would say that you wouldn't be sitting here if it weren't for one or more of these instructors. In fact, I've had a conversation with one or more of you about that very thing. Those instructors that have had an impact on you. They've inspired you. Not only did they train you to become a 3E2 Pavis and Equipment Airman, but they've inspired you too. So if you guys wouldn't mind, let's give them a round of applause. Yeah. So Airman Leffler, you read the history and the heraldry of our civil engineer badge, and you did an awesome job. And so in my pocket, I have the badge that somebody gave me almost 18 years ago. And when you were reading about it, you were talking about how it is a connection to our past, our connection as a civil engineer force to our past. And as I heard the bases that you're going to and the units that you're going to Prime Beef Civil Engineer Squadrons, and you're going to Red Horse Squadron. In fact, it sounds like there's going to be like a reunion tour at Guam here. So in the room today, there are actually two members of our heritage. So Chief Retired Little and Senior Master Retired Bowker. Both of those men were P&E airmen. And in fact, Senior Master Bowker served in Vietnam in 1971. And if you go out right outside this wall and you read about the history of Red Horse, you read about what he and the other P&E airmen at the time was just equipment. It was before pavements and equipment had joined. What airmen like Senior Master Bowker did in Vietnam. You guys are joining that long legacy. You're joining that heritage. So when you wear that civil engineer badge around, I want you to wear it around with pride because of what it represents. Not only does it represent thousands of P&E airmen over generations, all the way back to 1967. Senior and I were talking before this ceremony. That was when we started, the Air Force started sending airmen at the time to Port Hueneme to learn how to be heavy equipment operators. All the way fast forward to today, where all four services send soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines to learn this skill here at Fort Leonard. You're part of that heritage. I want you to be proud of it, wear that badge with pride. And again, not only as a P&E airman, but all of the Air Force specialty codes that make up the Civil Engineer Squadron or the Red Horse Squadron. So what are you going to do now? You're going to head off to your duty assignment, do great things, and I've just got 3 little pieces of advice for you. And you're going to say, hey, wait a minute, that's the same stuff that Chief told us when we got here. It is, I'm stealing her homework. The first one is professionalism. Continue to be a professional airman. And what that means to me is aspire to be the very best equipment operator, P&E airman that you possibly can be. The second is be known as the person who's always about the team. You know now there isn't a single thing that we can do at CE, certainly not in Pavis and Equipment, that is a one-person job. It's always about the team. And the last thing is enthusiasm. Remember your why. You all know why you're here. And for some of you, that might have changed. It might have changed from the day you were at MEPS to today. whatever that reason is, never forget it. And be enthusiastic about what we're doing. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join the class in the recital of the Airman's Creed, followed by the singing of the Air Force song. Group head hut.
I am an American airman.
I am a warrior. I answer my nation's call. I am an American airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American airman, guardian of freedom and justice. My nation's sword and shield, its century and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave an airman behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, shooting to beat our thunder. And now, give them a gun, give them a gun. Now we die, sparking our flames from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame, we'll down in the flames. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
Eddies, this concludes our graduation ceremony. We invite everyone to stay and congratulate today's graduates, beginning with Commander, Chief, First Sergeant, and families. Thank you.